On this episode of Doing the Most, we are bottling and tasting our apricot jam wine.
Homemade brews and various how-tos, everything from mead to roast, bake creation, fermentation, inebriation, doing the most.
As you can see here, I have our apricot jam wine elevated above the level of our bottles. I have all of my utensils here in a jar of Starzan sanitizer, and I'm just sanitizing everything and then actually using the sanitized bottles as a staging area for a couple of these pieces of equipment. I was really pleased with how quickly this apricot jam wine cleared. It went from fermentation to secondary to clear in just a matter of a few weeks, and so I figured why not go ahead and get it in bottles and down into the basement for storage. So I placed my racking cane in the jam wine and my bottling wand on the other end of my racking system, and despite the fact that I will receive a couple of negative comments, starting the siphon with my mouth. I've been doing this for about a decade now. I've never had an infected batch, and even though many of my friends know this is how I start my siphons, they don't turn away free bottles. So now we bottle as usual, and I had Anna step in and give me a couple of 12-ounce bottles to finish that off, so I ended up with 3 750 mils and 2 12-ounce bottles out of this 1-gallon batch, with enough to pull off a taste for myself at the end. You can see here it's crystal clear. It's got a little bit of that apricot color to it, but it's a pretty faint, almost like a Chardonnay kind of color. There's heavy apricot on the nose, but very dry, and there's kind of a light tannic flavor that permeates on the front end, followed by a dry, almost puckering stone fruit flavor on the back end. I chose not to back sweeten this because I wanted to kind of see what an apricot wine would taste like without any residual sugars or any added sugars, just a pure dry apricot wine. And I'm really pleased with how this came out. Now, this is still very young, so in 6 to 8 months we'll probably do a tasting video on this and let you know how it turned out. But I can already tell that this one's going to be a winner, and I'm thinking about maybe doing a 5-gallon batch. As always, you can check out our website at doingthemost.org or follow us on Instagram and Pinterest at doingthemostok. That way you can see cool content like the photos I'm trying to shoot here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.